Hello all. Welcome to the final and last video in this capture response series, wherein we are going to discuss about sending additional properties in the capture response request. Okay. So how to basically, if you want to send a property and a value for every ranked result, okay, and the same data has to be inserted into the interaction history. Okay, if this is your use case, let us say. And the property which you are going to send is not already present in the PX definition result. Okay. Okay. Now, what are your configurations for this? So where you have to, in which classes you have to create the property, and in which data transforms you have to update, and why you have to update, etc. We'll be discussing in this particular session. So first of all, you have to create a new property in the below classes. What are those classes? Int Pega CDH container. So why in this class you have to create? Because your service response pages belong to int Pega CDH container. Okay, and the ranked results, right? So the ranked results present. Let me quickly open the postman. You can see there is a ranked results over here, right? So this ranked results belong to int Pega CDH container offer. Okay. So anyways, you can create an offer class or int Pega CDH container class. Anyways, the inheritance will apply. So the property will be accessible for the ranked results as well. So we are going to create it in the int Pega CDH container itself. And then the data hyphen px strategy result. So why we have to create in data px strategy result? Because this is an SR class, right? SR means strategy result class. So ideally, when you observe the data from ranked results are being inserted into IH supporting info pg.px results, right? In our last video, we have seen that the ranked results are being copied onto IH supporting info pg.px results. Now, what is the class of PX results? It is data hyphen PX strategy result. Okay. And next one is data decision IH fact. Okay. You have to create the property in this class only when you have you are maintaining the database table based interaction history. Suppose if you are maintaining the file based interaction history, no need to create in this particular class. Okay. And then suppose if you are using the DB table interaction history, you also need to add a column in the fact table. So fact table in the sense there will be a class called data decision IH fact. So in that particular class, you have to create, I mean, the same class, right? We have discussed. So in this class, you have to create the property. Similarly, you have to create a column in the associated database table. Okay, so these are the things first we have to do, and then we have to update, set additional properties data transform. Okay, and then you have to update the extension strategy called capture interaction history extension, and then you have to extend the PY interaction history configuration data transform. Okay, now let us quickly create a new property in both the classes into Pega CDH container and data hyphen PX strategy result. After that, we will see why we have to update, set additional properties data transform and this strategy. Okay, so we have discussed about these two things, this data transform and this strategy in our previous video, but we will see in detail in this video. Perfect. So this is my capture response request. See, I have already ran the interaction over here. Okay, I got the two results and I have also prepared a capture response request as well. Okay, so here I want to send a new property called as sample property SP. Okay, so in this, what is the value I have to send? I want to send the same outcome. Okay, so similarly, this will be applied for the second one as well. Okay, so now in order to accept this particular property in Pega, I have to create a property. So in which classes I have to create int Pega CDH container and data hyphen px strategy result. So let us go to the Pega Dev Studio and quickly create property from the create menu. So the name of the property is the same as the attribute name. And so the first one which we are going to create into PegaCDH container class. So let's create and open. Just save it. And the second class which we are going to create it is data-px strategy result class. So just save this as and change the apply to class in it and then create and open. So check in this. Okay. And so we are not going to create it in data decision IHFACT since the Academy instance is using file-based IH. Okay. So now, yeah, this step is also not needed since we haven't created any properties in the data decision IHFACT. We don't need to add a column in the table as well. Okay. So next one is we have to update set additional properties data transform. So why we have to do this? Let us go back to uh, our service. So this is our service, and we are going to handle capture response before activity, and then we will navigate to this activity, handle capture response v3. So from here we will go to capture response and initiate offer, and from here we'll go to capture response initiate offer again. I think this is v3. This is generic activity. So in this, we will go to capture response activity. Okay. So in this, in the step number 3, we are copying the ranked results to IH supporting info PG. So here we have to open this data transform called as capture response data. So as discussed in our previous video, in this data transform, we are, Pega is trying to update the ranked results, sorry, update the IH supporting info pg.px results from ranked results. Okay. And this is a final rule. Now, if I want to update a new property, I cannot edit this. So that is why they have provided an extension data transform called as set additional properties data transform. So just open this data transform, and so you can save this DT into top level SR class. So you can save this DT into top level SR class. In a, I mean to say top level, what is meant by top level SR class? It is the application SR class, which is CDH-SR, right? Okay. So I will just save this into my CDH-SR class. Okay. So here let us add a property, sorry, add a set property method over here, set method over here. So here let us provide the property which we are going to set. So since we have created a property at data-px strategy result class, so we can access it over here. So in the right side, so we are trying to get the data from ranked results page. Now what is ranked results page? It is into Pega CDH container offer. So since we have created the property in container class, so we can access that through the inheritance. Perfect. So just save it and check in. Okay. So now we are good enough in mapping the data from ranked results to IH supporting info pg.px results. So perfect. So now what is the next step? So the next step is add mapping in the extension strategy, capture interaction history extension. So now where is this present and why we have to do it? So the first one, why we have done in the capture response data, why we have done. So the first step is to map the data to IH supporting info pg.px. So this we got it. So now what is the second step? See, after this capture response data, capture interaction activity is getting executed. So in this capture interaction, we have DF capture interaction data flow. So in this, we have the second decision strategy. So let us quickly open it. So in this decision strategy, what we are doing, so the results from PX decision results are being joined with IH data, correct? So in this, we have to map the additional data as well using this particular data transform. All the out of the box properties are already mapped. If we want to map an additional property, we have to use this particular strategy. So just open this particular strategy. What is the strategy name? Capture interaction history extension. So we have to save as this into our application rule set. Let us do that. So don't change anything. Just in your rule set, make sure that it is artifacts rule set of your application. Perfect. So now here they have provided a syntax. So ihinfo.property name equal to null, then property name, otherwise property name. So just copy this entire syntax and then open the set property. So in the target, provide your property. In our case, it is SP. In the source, so just paste whatever you have copied in the comment. So ihinfo dot property name. In our case, the property name is SP is the property name. So if ihinfo dot SP is equal to null, then take the value from SR property. That means coming from decision results. If not, then take the value from ihinfo itself. Now, what is ihinfo? As explained in the earlier video, ihinfo is the alias name. Okay, so because we are present in the embedded strategy, right? So this is the embedded strategy. It is looping over the IH supporting info pg.px results, and every page can be accessed with the alias name called as ihinfo. Okay, so now we have made this change. Let us check in. Awesome. So let us go back to presentation. And so now in order to write the data to the interaction history, okay, we have to update py interaction history configuration data transfer. And this is actually mandatory. If you want to extend the interaction history with a new property, then you need to definitely update this particular py interaction history configuration data transfer. So what you have to do? So you have to add a row. Okay. So, I mean, interaction history has fact tables and dimension tables. Okay. In terms of what do we call? I mean, generally we will extend the fact table. If needed, you can extend the dimension table. So here I'm going to add another row in which I will be adding the same step over here. You can see, right? Primary.py fact properties of append is equal to the property name. So what we have to do? So you just need to save as this into your application rule set. So I'm saving it to my artifact rule set. Okay. And then let us scroll down. Now let us copy paste the step number 23 onto step number 24. Okay, let me quickly refresh. Copy and paste below. Okay. So here instead of py campaign code, I am writing my own property name, the newly created property name, which is SP. And by the way, this is not common for this particular, I mean, it is not generic for this particular use case. Whenever you want to extend interaction history with the new properties, right? So you have to definitely update this particular data transform. Also, if you are using database table based IH, you have to create a property at the data decision IH fact. And also we have to create a column in the fact table. Or if you want to update a dimension table, you have to create the property in the dimension table and add a column to the dimension table. We have to do that. Okay. But anyways, we are going to discuss about interaction history. I am going to create a new series on interaction history soon. So you can definitely go through. So now let us quickly send another request with a new property and verify IH. So now I have made the request ready with a new property as well. Now let us quickly cross verify whether this request is correct or not. How to do that? Let me go to the container request and let us see the interaction ID. It is ending with 426 and it has minus in it. Okay, so we are good now. And the customer ID or subject ID is 14, context name is customer, credit card is a container name, application ID is a CDH, subject ID 14, and rewards card and standard card issue and group are same for both. And rewards card rank is 2 over here. Let us quickly cross check that. So the standard card rank is 1, and you can see the standard card rank is 1, and the rewards card rank is 2. Okay, and we are following the same. So the rewards card rank is 2 and standard card rank is 1. And in the outcome, I'm sending it as an impression. In the SP is also, I'm sending it as an impression. Now let us quickly send this request to the server and let me check if the server is also correct or not. So our server is C89. Yeah. So we have sent it to the correct server. Awesome. So now the response has been captured. As you know, the data, the data to write to the interaction files will take some time, right? For every 900 seconds, so Pega will take care of writing the data to interaction history. Okay. So considering that, let us quickly go ahead and check the PX responses stream data set. So PX responses stream. So this data set is a stream data set. I have spoken about this data set in my earlier videos in this particular series. Okay, so this data set receives the data from the capture response service. So, and this data set will be listened by a data flow in the backend, which is a real-time data flow, and that will be taking care of writing the data to interaction files data set, which is a file data set. Now let us quickly browse this data set and let us quickly verify whether the newly added property has been there in the record or not. So yeah, so since we have given 10 seconds for browsing, so it will take some time around 10 seconds. You can see it is loading. So it will load for 10 seconds and then it will show up the data for us. Okay. So we have two results. So since we have two offers, right? So that is why we have two results. So the first one is rewards card and the property is SP. You can see clearly that SP property has been there. And let us go to the second one. So second one, also the SP property is there with the new property. And then this is the standard card. Okay. So now let us load the customer in the CPV and let us load the interaction history. Yeah. So now you can see that there are two records got loaded into the interaction history. It took around maybe a couple of minutes. I don't know exactly, but yeah, as I told you, for every 900 seconds, the backend job will be trying to push the data to interaction files. And if you want to see those data, you have to click on load all interactions in the CPV. Again, that relies on the file data which is present in the files. Okay. So now let us quickly verify by seeing the clipboard. So go to the live UI. Okay. So click on anywhere on the record and click on the clipboard icon. So it will navigate us to the page where the data is actually present. Okay. And as you can see, there are two records, standard card and rewards card. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now let us quickly verify whether our newly created property has been migrated or has been returned into the interaction history or not. So you can clearly see that the newly created property has is been there for the first record. Okay. So similarly, if I go to the second record, and you can see the for the second record, which is rewards card. So I mean the newly created property has been gone to the interaction history. Okay. And also let us quickly go to the file browser and export the interaction data. And let us quickly verify. You can find there also. The username and password can be found here. It is Pega file repo. Okay. And so here we have interactions. Double click on interactions. So partition equal to 5, year equal to 2025, month is equal to 4, day is equal to 17, hour equal to 15. So here you have the data. So basically this structure is called as a Hive structure. So I will be discussing that in detail in our interaction history uh, series. So let us quickly download this and let us double click on it, open this file. Awesome. So there are two records over here and let us quickly search for the property SP. Perfect. So you can see for the two records, the SP property value is there, impression and impression. Okay, perfect. So I hope you got uh, everything about capture response. Okay, so please let me know if you are having any questions in the comments, or you can directly post a question in the forum. So any of the forum member will try to answer the question. So see you in the next video. So thank you for being patient for all the capture response series, and I will be coming soon with a new exciting series in my YouTube channel. So thanks and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So bye.